Hello, welcome to Helena Coffee. How do you usually prepare Robusta coffee? Does that method really work? Today we will bring you one more suggestion on how to make green coffee. Let's watch this video together. The processing process consists of 5 steps. Step 1. Treat impurities. Step 2. Remove the outer layer of flesh and process it. Step 3. Fermentation. Step 4. Dry. Step 5. Keep it safe by storing it and preserving it.
Step 1. Treat impurities after harvest. It's critical to do some preliminary processing, sorting, and cleaning on the coffee berries. The majority of the time, people place a huge amount of Robusta green coffee in a bucket and fill it up with water. Separate the ripe and unripe coffee cherries using a vibrator to sift the beans. Step 2. Remove the outer layer of flesh and process it. People use a peeler to remove the flesh and mucus from the coffee beans in this phase. To avoid altering the quality of the coffee, rub the coffee berries once the classification is complete. This step focuses mostly on the preparation of Robusta green coffee beans. Robusta coffee beans are obtained by detaching the shell. This is the step when the dry and wet processing procedures are distinguished.
Step 3. Fermentation. Typically, after mechanically separating the Robusta bean from the husk and mucilage, it will remain around the coffee bean and tarnish the image of the Robusta bean, necessitating cleaning with a chemical action approach. The coffee beans will then be brewed in big tanks and fermented using natural enzymes as well as extra enzyme preparations. The time it takes to remove the mucus from Robusta coffee varies depending on the thickness, temperature, and concentration of enzymes in the mucus layer. The mucus clinging to the Robusta coffee beans will be removed when the fermenting process is completed. Step 4. Dry. After being washed, Robusta coffee beans have a moisture level of roughly 57 to 60% and are transported to the drying stage. When the moisture content of the coffee reaches 11–13%, the drying process is complete. You can also dry Robusta coffee beans on a concrete yard in addition to drying them. It takes about 8 to 10 days. The mucus clinging to the Robusta coffee beans will be removed when the fermenting process is completed. Step 5. Keep it safe by storing it and preserving it. After the aforementioned operations have been done and the Robusta coffee beans have been cleaned and dried, store them in storage until the next operation to roast, grind, pack, and consume them. While waiting until the roasting stage, Robusta coffee beans must also be preserved. To prevent the coffee beans from becoming moldy, keep the warehouse dry and avoid excessive humidity. In the following post, D&D Cafe will go through how to preserve Robusta coffee beans in further detail.